Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the upcoming week, looking specifically at a special spread in the way of I'm asking about the outcome of a specific situation in your life, Taurus. So have something come to mind if you have anything at all, such as your love life, your job, your neighbors, any situation, something will come up. I'm going to shuffle this cat tarot deck. I'm using cat tarot tonight. And while I'm shuffling, thinking of that situation, my goal, the intention is to look for the outcome of a specific situation. So I have some special phrases, some placements of the cards to look for the outcome of a specific situation in the life of a Taurus. So, looking at your intuition, calling upon your higher self, any kind of God, angels, universe, the spirit, whatever you like to refer to, that source of wisdom and good, call upon that as well. Looking for the highest and purest forms of love and light to come through. For Taurus, the first card out, what is the outcome of the situation on Taurus mind? What is the outcome of the situation? What is the outcome of the situation on Taurus mind? The outcome, the Fool. Okay, so the Fool is here to say that a new, fresh beginning, that's the outcome. The outcome is going to be, in a love life. Let's just use this as an example. You and your partner just have not been seeing eye to eye. There's been a problem, there's been a situation, or there's been discussions of how you can take your relationship to the next level. Whatever situation you've been dealing with in your love life, or if this is your job, or if this is, a neighborhood conflict, the outcome will be a new, fresh beginning. And that can be in the way of maybe you're not together anymore. Maybe you get a new job. Maybe you move to a new location. That's going to be the outcome, is a new, fresh, it's a fresh beginning. It's a fresh start. So maybe we're just deciding, plain and simple, we're just going to clear the slate. We're going to start over. We're going to start from ground zero card here. What's interesting about the Fool, just to share with you a little tidbit about the Fool, is it is the first card in the major arcana. It's not even a number. It's zero. And so what that means is this is the energy that we have before we even incarnate into a physical body. So it is that very fresh in spirit. It's inspired. It's inspired, fresh, new beginning. But it is the beginning that happens before the beginning actually happens. So right now, the outcome of your situation is that thought process, that fresh, new beginning. It can be a little risky. It can feel a little risky. It seems like when the Fool shows up, it requires us to trust. It requires us to trust in something yet unseen. So we know there's something new coming. We don't have any proof of it just yet. We have to stand on the edge of the cliff, and we have to be ready to take the leap when it shows up. A new beginning is going to happen. It's just not quite there yet. And so it's almost that attitude of no matter what, I'm ready for this situation to end and something new to begin. Card number 2 is, when will the situation resolve itself for Taurus? When will the situation resolve itself for Taurus? When will the situation resolve itself for Taurus? We have the Eight of Cups. So when the situation will resolve itself for you, Taurus, is when you've had enough and you decide to walk away from what no longer serves you. Now, the Eight of Cups can be a little bit interpretationally different because some see the Eight of Cups as walking away and some see the Eight of Cups as walking toward. Because whenever you're walking away from something, you're also walking towards something else. So I would use either interpretation, how it best suits you. The question that we asked was, when will the situation resolve itself? It's when you walk, period. When you walk towards something new, the Fool, or when you walk away from something old. But it's going to be your decision. This cat playing in the stream of water like they love to do. But there's going to come a point when you'll decide that this situation no longer serves me and I'm going to cut my losses. I've gained a lot. These are your emotions. The Eight Cups represent all the energy and the effort that you've poured into this situation, your job, your love life, your family, your neighborhood. You've poured a lot of your emotional effort into it. It's a big thing for you. And walking away from it, it's not like it's not going to hurt, but you've learned a lot of valuable lessons, and walking away is for your highest good. And that's when the situation will resolve itself. Basically, Taurus, is when you decide enough's enough and you either walk towards something new or you walk away from this situation with your integrity intact and knowing that you've put the best into it that you possibly could. How can you support the most positive outcome, Taurus? How can you support the most positive outcome for everybody involved? How can Taurus support the most positive outcome? The Page of Wands. Page of Wands is playful. The Page of Wands is exploratory, adventurous. They like to go on trips. They like to talk about big intellectual things. They're very curious. You know, this cat playing with this toy, dangling above its head, always looking for ways to get that bird. There's always a way. There's always something. The Page of Wands is a messenger of excitement and energy and passion and spirituality. Like I said, it's a message of movement, and excitement and playfulness. Very playful. I love that this cat is represented here as the Page of Wands. So that's going to be how you'll support the most positive outcome. It's by you being in your almost childlike wonder. You know, have that sense of, in the situation, sitting back and being curious about how it got here. Why is it like this? What part did you play? But a message will come through, either in your quiet times of meditation or prayer, or from a trusted friend or a source of information, to give you a little more lighthearted approach as you're turning to walk away, or as you're trusting in that new beginning that will come out for you. So how can Taurus trust that this is unfolding for the best? How can a Taurus trust that this is unfolding for the best? How can Taurus trust that this is unfolding for the best? Queen of Swords. Very, very, Queen of Swords is very well-spoken. Queen of Swords is very intuitive. They're very articulate in their speech. The Queen of Swords wields their sword in order to protect themselves, but also that's their communication. They speak their truth. They always speak their truth. So I think, Taurus, how you can trust that this situation is unfolding for the best is for you to assume the energy of the Queen of Swords. And that is to sit very proudly on your throne, tell the truth, tell your truth, speak your mind, the Queen of Swords, the one thing about them, and even though it's a queen, it doesn't mean female. It doesn't mean anything about you have to be a female in order to embody this energy. It's the feminine version. So it's a little more introverted style, but still in all, the Queen of Swords has, they mince no words. They don't necessarily always deliver everything delicately. They don't always pay attention to the emotions that are involved. You know, we've got these Eight of Cups over here. The Queen of Swords is all about getting their message out, speaking their truth with love and with light, but maybe not a lot of emotion. So speaking out and making sure that you're clear, you're concise, you're articulate. I think, Taurus, that's going to be your best plan of action. The Queen of Swords just really doesn't operate from a lot of emotion. So even though you might be someone who is sensitive to the way things land, the Queen of Swords just really is more about getting their message out there, making sure that people know clear boundaries. The Queen of Swords doesn't mince words, like I said, and they wield their sword, and they are not afraid to cut off people, places, and things that no longer serve them. So as you embody this energy of the Queen of Swords, that's the recommendation for how you can trust that this situation is unfolding for your best, is making sure that you are just being very clear, your boundaries, how you feel about the situation, and making sure that people understand where you're coming from. I have an additional deck. I want to pull out just a few clarification cards. So let's see what we get when we check on another deck and see what it has to say. Hopefully this was a message that helps you, that gave you some enlightenment. Always open to interpretation. Tarot is never going to be something you should use to dictate your path or your actions. It's always just for additional information, you know, more things to consider versus just being stuck sometimes in our own mind. So looking for, these can become journal prompts too. You can always journal about these cards and see if you're illuminated any further. Just one more little shuffle through here, looking for some clarification. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, and the Hermit. So you're definitely moving towards the solution, moving towards the outcome of your situation. The solution is on its way in the way of the sword. So that's truth, very similar to Queen of Swords. That's truth and communication. Knight of Wands is all about moving towards passion and things that light you up, things that light your fire, essentially. But the Hermit is going within. So ultimately, Taurus, I think the best course of outcome or course of action for you to get to the outcome is to go within and seek your own truth first. And that's very much what Queen of Swords would do. And I think that's very much the encouragement of the Eight of Cups, is to trust your own course of action. Trust your own inner light, your own inner wisdom. Become the hermit. It doesn't mean that you stay away from people for the rest of your life, but maybe just right now, while you're in the middle of whatever you're in the middle of, seek your own truth first. That's most important. Taurus, thank you for being here in this reading. I do appreciate your time and your energy. I appreciate if you want to like the video, subscribe to the channel, repost, follow me. I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok. And any interaction with the channel in any way, shape, or form is always free and always appreciated. So thank you again for being here. And I ask for you to be well and be blessed. Namaste.